Remember, this show is PG-13, so you might hear a naughty word or two. We are live in New Orleans. We just watched Podium training. I watched it live. Spencer watched from home. And we're going to tell you everything we saw and all about it and what it means and what's coming up for the rest of U.S. Championships here in New Orleans in 2025. And Morgan Hurd is going to be our live show guest this Saturday in New Orleans. Tickets at GymCastic.com. It's August 6th, 2025. And welcome to the #1 gymnastics podcast in the galaxy. I'm Jessica. I'm here with Spencer from the Balance Beam Situation. And so...
Let's go. Yeah.
Okay. Let me tell you the things that I learned in the press conference and talking to folks. So I did talk to Betty and Chelsea were there from the Trident, the high performance lead team. And they said that there's tons of stuff they want to do to make the judging better. Cause I did ask them about what happened because Miley Lou's score was wrong at Classic. And they said that they were going to talk to the judges. That basically, they would love to do things, including having a digital input system, which is something that I know was tested at the last World. So instead of writing down your deductions and bonuses, you just input them. There's a 1/10, a 3/10, a 5/10, and that's how you do it. It makes it much easier. And so that's something they want to implement. But in the 2 weeks since Classic, they haven't been able to, but they did talk to the judges. The judges are practice judging here. So the bars judges, I didn't see all the other judges, but the bars judges were there judging bars.
Oh, did they get like extra judging as punishment? Like they had to write like lines on the chalkboard, like I will not give credit Miley Lou's to Maloney's.
I don't know if it was the same judges. I couldn't see from where I was, but the bars judges were there the whole time. So, and Chelsea, I was like, Chelsea, can't you just judge the whole time? It's so easy. Judge all the routines at the same time. She's like, technically, I'm not allowed to. So they are just as frustrated as the fans are about the judging situation, and they want to have solutions, but it is slow going. As anyone that's ever been part of a large organization can tell you, these things move slowly. So those were the big things. I have more to tell you when we get to behind the scenes portion, but let's talk about Skye Blakely.
The secret part. The secret stories.
Skye Blakely.
Yes, the star of Podium training, because that was our big question heading in, because she's the one we haven't seen in Elite yet this year. So she's doing bars and beam here, as we knew, as expected, and she did bars and beam and looked excellent.
Yeah, she's on the team. Like, she's going.
Jessica's done. Jessica saw one skill on beam, and you were like, she's on the world's team.
I was like, oh, perfect handspring front. Just hand her a ticket. Like, she just get off the podium and just hand her a ticket. I would like, how they did the big tickets to Paris during the qualifiers? I would like this to happen here, the big ticket to Jakarta, even though I know they're not deciding the world team here, but, fanfare is very important.
And technically, Skye Blakely still has not competed a routine in Elite this year. So, but I would say if she hits the routines on bars and beam that she just did today in Podium training, she would win both events.
Yes,
at national here. So that would, bode very well for her. But yeah, I think everyone was excited by that because all of her routine composition was /upgraded a little bit on bars or changed. I mean, she's always been able to do all of those things from last year.
So on beam, standing fulls back, stuck it a few times. Handspring front, stuck it once, had a little tiny thing. The switch half back tuck, she has all her skills basically are there, and she looks great. Like, watching that routine, I would not think any time has passed. Like, especially on bars and beam, I was like, yeah, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
She's got it. What kind of D scores do you have her getting?
That beam should be a 6.3 if she gets all the connections, which, probably not, because whoever gets all of their connections, and there were some pauses today in her beam performances, but that was really the only thing to pick on. And it's Podium training. But yeah, that would be a 6.3 if she does everything on beam. And then bars, we saw she changed the beginning from the routine she was doing last year. Last year she was doing Stalder blind change to a piked Jaeger, and now she's doing a church, toe on pike Tkachev, and the Downey, which is the Stalder version of a pike Tkachev. So she did both of those. And she was just doing the Downy last year. So that's the only change there. But yeah, that would be a 6-0.
Yep. I honestly, and looking at her dismount, I was like, is it better than it was?
I mean, she's had like the experience of the college season of needing to be like, oh wait, it counts as a bad dismount if you don't stick it, even if you're doing a way harder dismount than everyone else is doing, and you hop a little bit to the side, which is what happened a lot of times in the college season. She did her double front half out and then had like a little hop to the side, and it's like, she didn't stick, failure, because college code. But here, that's like, oh, it's amazing.
Yep. Yeah, for me, she's done. Put her on the team. She looked amazing. Joss Robertson is here. We have a question. Robin?
Robin asks, why did Dulcie have a different leotard than the rest of WCC? Do we know?
I don't know, but I can try to get to the bottom of that.
Jamie says, I think because Dulcie is sponsored by Sylvia P.
That would be why.
That would be. I found it helpful because from far away watching the stream, it makes it very much easier to tell who is who when people from the same gym are wearing different Leos. So I was like, I know that's Dulcie.
I really like that Leo too. It was so pretty. That was one of my favorite ones. It had like triangle straps on the back, but they didn't look strappy. They looked like a design of arrows, sort of. It was just like, it looked beautiful. Joss, okay, so she vaulted her double twisting Yurchenko, and then she said in the press conference that her plan was to bring the chung back, but we didn't see it. At least I didn't catch it.
I didn't catch a chung. I saw her do a couple round off half on lay halves onto stacked mats. So it may be that she's like, you guys, I don't need to do everything. This isn't like the Marta era. I don't need to do everything in podium training. Or it could be, placeholder for later. But yeah.
It is, what's one of the fun things about watching podium training, at least for me, is seeing the progression of how people warm up. Because there are some people like they had to be perfect their entire youth when they were youths. They had to be perfect. And now as they get older, they're like, no, I just need to like get over the vault the first time and get like, how bad's it going to hurt? Oh, okay. I've cracked my back 17 ways. Now I'm ready. Okay. Next one, I'll do the real thing. And they're not worried that like, oh, I'm rolling out of this and just doing a timer and I'm going to get, that it's going to affect my selection criteria, that kind of stuff. So I enjoyed seeing some people just be like, ugh, just
we did see some vault timer rollout landings, which is always my favorite because it's like, we'll see what I'm going to bail out of this vault and we'll see what happens. And it ends up being like a head first slip and slide off the mat. And that's always excellent.
Speaking of vaulting in general, Ashley Sullivan, who looked great here today, landed extremely short, like horizontal, but with her feet touching the ground flexed on her last vault of the day. She laid down for a while, rolled over, medical came and checked her out. And I saw her walking back to the hotel and talking to her coach about sort of like what they would, change or keep or whatever. So she seems like, it seems like she's going to be okay, even though at first that was like, ugh.
Yeah. Like whenever you see an ankle cruncher, you just kind of hope that it's like, because sometimes that's like it really stings, but like I'm fine. So that's what you hope.
Yeah. Also, let me see, Leanne Wong.
Yeah. Are we going person by person? Because I have more to say about Joss.
Say more about Joss.
Okay, because we were talking about how at Classic she did 2 double A's, and with the assumption on floor, with the assumption that one was going to become a double lay full, but we wanted to see it. So we saw her working the double lay out full several times on floor. When she did her full floor routine, she just did a run through of her first pass that we expect to be a Moores, a double lay. But then she did front full through to tucked full in, double lay full, and double lay out. So that is the composition we expected, and we saw it in podium training.
Yep. Full twisting double layout. And it is like, it's a little messy still. Like she's still getting it there. But also Kyla Ross was on the floor coaching her today. And I just felt like, shouldn't we stop the whole meet and just be like, Kyla Ross is here. Let's have a moment. I mean, isn't that what you're supposed to do? Thank you.
It was at first Exciting and then disappointing, because on the feed of Podium Training, if you were watching, we could hear every conversation that was happening between bars and floor, and I was like, I hope we get some dirt. I hope someone makes an accident and says something they shouldn't say. But then it was like Kyla there, and I'm like, okay, well, that's not, I don't want Kyla here. You're too nice. I want someone who's going to say something they're not supposed to say.
And it's funny because Kyla is like, does not stop talking. So you would think, you'd hear something good, but it's Kyla Ross. So,
I didn't get anything
good. Leanne Wong, did you catch the moment when Leanne Wong, you
guys. Yeah, based on your laughing, I know what you're going to talk about. And of course I made a gif of it. Don't worry.
Leanne Wong did a split and just fell off. Just like,
Not a split jump, like a side split on the beam.
Like an actual split on which you hold the beam and your legs are out to either side and just.
She trickled off the beam, I would say.
She
seeped off the beam.
And Jenny, her coach, lost it on the side, had to walk away when she was laughing so hard. And like, that's kind of the thing. I mean, it's just nice to like have that atmosphere of just like giggling and kind of letting it go is like, it's nice to see. Also doing 2 vaults.
Yeah.
So planning on having the tongue back.
We saw the Yurchenko double full. I don't know how hard she was trying to land it, but seemed to struggle some with the landing on the Yurchenko double full. She also did the round off half on pie calf a few times. A lot of people struggled on Yurchenko double fulls though today. Hesley had some trouble with her. She did a good one on her 3rd try, but had some trouble with hers Yurchenko double full as well.
Hesley's full twisting double layout on floor was really nice. I was like, oh, here we go, Hesley.
And I thought bars was a little more ready. The dismount was still like, but seemed to be getting there versus the like kind of struggling through it that we saw at Classic.
I also, Miley Lou, we talked about that as a preview, right? That Miley scratched.
She had not scratched yet when we recorded our preview.
Because I was sure I saw her. And then I was like, wait, is that her? Is that not? And then Scott scolded me and I was like, wait, I knew that she scratched. I was just really hopeful. I was like, oh, can she just appear? That could happen, right? Claire Pease, champion of getting credit for every connection on beam. Judges back me up. Like that switch, the leap combination in her Anodi, I'm like, from where I was sitting, that would totally get connection. Every time she did it, I was like, yeah, that gets connection. This is the entire battle.
I can't respond because I don't remember specifically the turn you're talking about, but sure, yes. I'm there. I'll go on the journey with you.
I have more to say about connections when we get to the behind the scenes part, which is coming up very shortly. And I should tell you guys that we have a couple minutes till we're getting to that. Sorry,
we can talk about a few more people if you'd like to.
Yes. I was just really impressed with Claire Pease, especially on beam. Like she looked more confident. It's funny because I talked to her and I asked like, so where are you in preparation? Are you like 80%, 100%? Like do you take some time? And she's like very thoughtful. So like every time I ask her a question, she like sits for a minute, thinks, and then is like, well,
I'm at 83.74%.
She's like, I am ready to hit all of my routines right now. And then I will take a couple days off and then we will ramp back up. So percentages, not for her. She was like, yeah, I'm ready. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm hitting everything. But that consistency is just amazing on beam. Cause I mean, there was a lot of routines that I was like, no connection, no connection, no connection, no connection, no connection. And that one, yeah, they look so good. She did do a double. She's that double on her floor routine, and she did the first one to her knees, and then made the final one. And the final one looked really good. Like it was very up and down, which made me happy to see. But I'm looking forward to watching her.
I saw one that she landed fully out of bounds, like Winter Cup, but
I mean, it was boundaries.
Jessica doesn't believe in the out of bounds lines.
That's right. I mean, if Frederick Richard is gonna wear his big baggy basketball uniform for 3/10 deduction, who cares about out of bounds anymore? It's fine. I love that he's doing this PR campaign for himself. I think it's like very fun that he's doing it. I want to talk about Tiana and Harlow, and there's
and we have
lots
to
more.
talk about the squad showdown.
Oh,
I have some thoughts about the squad showdown.
and I have a soundbite to play you because I knew you'd want to know specifically.
Yeah, I want to know.
Yeah. And I also, so we're going to get to so if you are a regular listener, this is where we're going to say goodbye to. If you're not a club member, this is where we say goodbye because we do extra stuff for our club members because they are the ones that support us all year long and help us pay the bills and help us go to things like World Championships in Jakarta, which is, basically 2 days away on a plane. That's how long it takes, 2 days to get there. So to thank them, we do extra. They can ask us questions. We do this every single Friday, and then we do it after meets like this. So we're going to do this again after the Women's Day 1 and after Women's Day 2. And in the middle, we have our live show with Morgan Hurd, and you can get tickets for that at gymcastic.com. And if you can't be there live, that's okay, because you can watch virtually. And even if you can't watch in the moment, you can watch the replay and you can log in now and ask questions right now for Morgan Hurd, where I was talking to her about this at the arena because she is there doing the creator program and shooting. And so I was telling her, yeah, people have already logged in and I've like sent you questions, Morgan. She's like, good, because I don't know what I'm going to talk about. Like, why I've done nothing interesting. I was like, Morgan.
Let me tell you about the interesting things.
Let me tell you about yourself. So yeah, so you can log in and ask your questions now. So if you are not a Club Gym Nerd member, this is where we say goodbye, but we will see you on Friday after Women's Day 1. Thank you for listening. Okay, so let me tell you all the things. So number one, so I asked Chelsea and Betty, so is there any pathway for a single event athlete? Looked at me like, do you always have to ask these questions? And I was like, this is what I'm here for.
But this is my responsibility.
If you liked what you heard, get more by joining Club Gym Nerd.